In this video, we're going to show you how to install the auxiliary blend door motor on your Ford Explorer, located behind the rear interior trim panel. Now with the hatch open, you're going to go ahead and locate this back trim panel right here. And it's held in place by these two little keys. There's one here, just going to twist that. And we're going to come on over here and twist this one as well. And we're going to pull those out a little bit. And just pull this from the bottom and then drop it down. There's going to be these little tabs along here that actually lock into this panel. Once that's removed, go ahead and set that aside. Now on the inside here, we're going to go ahead and lift up our spare tire cover. You're going to pull this up and out. Go ahead and set this aside. Now this back panel here needs to come up and out. So we're going to reach in and pull up on it. So this lower section of the panel pulls inward to undo the clips there, and then once those are free, pull up. Now if you have this electronic unit right here, it's going to be an electrical connector. I'm going to use a little pocket screwdriver. There's a red locking clip here. Just going to go ahead and push that up, then press down on the tab and pull this off. Now we can go ahead and take that panel and set it aside. On the back of this panel here, there are anchors on the top here, one down below for the cargo net. Normally you can just grab these and twist them counterclockwise. Here we go. And unthread them. Now if you can't do it by hand, simply just grab a pair of pliers, grab a hold of those. And it's only plastic, so just be careful on doing those. Go ahead and set those with the other trim panels. Now with the driver's side rear door open, we're going to go ahead and access our sill plate right here. We're going to go ahead and pull up on this here. There's just plastic buttons or clips supporting this in place. Gently pull up on it. Here are those little clips here around the perimeter. So we're going to go ahead and set that aside. Now with the back seat area here, we want to go ahead and we want to fold this. So we're going to pull up on this lever, flip our seat, push that down, and release that lock, grab that strap, and flip it forward. Now we want to go ahead and collapse our third row seating into the cargo area. Now if you have the manual set up, you want to go ahead and do this manually. Now on our back quarter panel here, there's a plastic trim button right here holding that in place. When you use a trim tool, go ahead and pop on in there and carefully pop that up and out. Pull up on this panel, working this up and out. I want to pull this panel inward. We want to slowly work our way through the back past the back window and around to the rear section now that the front is disconnected. On the back side of our panel here, we have two connectors we want to go ahead and separate. Push in on this little tab right here to separate the outlet unit. Sometimes if that doesn't want to come out, you can use a small flathead screwdriver. Release that lock tab and pull that out. This connector here, there's a little spring clip on the forward side of it. You're going to press in on that and wiggle that. That's going to allow us to go ahead and push this panel a little bit more forward and prop that up aside. With the interior trim panel removed, we have access to both of these units here. These are both the same component, so whichever one has failed, go ahead and replace that one there, or you can replace them both while you're back here. Now to remove them, there are two T20 Torx bits. I'm going to go ahead and loosen and remove those. Grab that unit, pull it straight out. On the back side, we have the electrical connector. You're just going to press down on this little tab. You want to pull that out. Now, for any reason, if you can't get that out, you can use your little pocket screwdriver. We'll show you how to do that. Just below this little spring tab is this little window right here. You can press in on that and then just push it up. And there's your connector popping out. You're simply going to grab that connector, line that up. Now on the back side here, on the control unit itself, it's keyed, so there's a flat side here that will only fit into the flat side there. So you want to make sure that this motor itself is positioned properly so that it lines up. Fit that in. I'm going to go ahead and start the screws in there. Now remember, the process for this one here is the same for the one beside it over there. Once that screw snugs down, you're all set. You don't want to over tighten these. Gently snug that down. Just going to double check the other one. Snug. Repeat the same process for the other unit. Install your connectors. Go ahead and work your panel back and down into position. Now, as you push this down, you're going to see it generally start to line up in place around the perimeter. Now, there's actually clips and little plastic buttons to line things up. And what we want to do is gently start to pop this into place. We'll come back to this back section here where we'll actually use a trim tool to get the gasket on the outside of that. Make sure that the bottom of the panel itself lines up along the carpet. I'm going to use our trim tool here and just get underneath the gasket here and slowly just kind of run it along there. You can see how that gasket wants to come out. Run your finger behind it and it's working its way around that trim just like that. Tuck it in nice. Pop that panel in. Now at this point here, let's go ahead and install our anchoring screws. Secure that in. Let's go ahead and do the bottom one next. Just make sure that your trim is down inside this groove of the weather strip so you can run your finger along that. And that is good. Don't forget to install the plastic push pin on the lower portion here. Simply going to line that up, push it down and in. That'll secure that in place. Then we'll go ahead and follow up by installing our sill plate here. There's going to be a metal retaining clip here with a guide pin. And on the back side, there's another guide pin with 2 more clips. Pretty much lines itself up and gently push down. Now that we have the sill plate in place, you can simply grab that seat. We'll slide that back. and flip it up. Go ahead and power the seats back up. Or if you have your manual seats, go ahead and flip those back up into position. With the seat up in position, we can go ahead and drop down our trim plate here. Don't forget to install the connector on there. Go ahead and install that. Push it down. You're going to feel it in here. It clip into place. Don't forget to push this red lock tab down. Now as we install this here, there's going to be some metal trim clips here to secure this in. When we drop this down, we're going to run our loops through. So you want to make sure that these are facing up. There's 2 of them. We're going to push down the lower panel to lock into place. And then on the back side, there are retaining clips as well. There's 2 of them there. So you want to make sure that those all lock in. So you're pulling the panel out towards you and down. You can feel it snap in. Then on the other side, just tap those in. Don't forget to get your gasket up and over that trim. You can do the same thing. Use your plastic trim tool. Simply hook it up underneath that gasket and roll this up. You can run your finger or you can run the trim tool. Panel will fall right into place. Lower your spare tire cover down and in. Line that up. The last piece here, these buttons or these tabs here are going to go in first. It's going to be fed up and in. Then you have the 2 little twist locks here that you're going to simply turn a quarter turn to lock into place. You're going to hear them snap into place. And once you have this done here, you want to get up into the vehicle, power it up, make sure those actuators work properly and everything is working as it should. At that point there, you're all set.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.